Hi everyone and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 fall-inspired Dollar Tree signs. This video is in participation of a challenge that is being hosted by my beautiful friend Shoshana from Regal Designs by Shoshana. She also has a cleaning channel called The Cleaning Queen. I will attach both of her channels in the description box. This challenge is also being co-hosted by myself, DIY with Nadia, and I will also attach a playlist. So when you're done watching this video, make sure you hit that playlist and watch all the other creators, because I'm sure we are going to get so inspired for the coming fall. With that being said, let's get started on this video. For this project, I will be using this Harvest Blessing sign from the Dollar Tree, and the first thing I do is usually just take off the hanging jute cord and just patch those little holes in with some spackle. The one I'm using is my husband's because I could not find my Dollar Tree lightweight one. Either would work just fine. I will be using the back side of this sign, and the first thing I did here is give it 2 coats of chalk paint by Rust-Oleum, and the color is linen white. For that faux wood look, I'm just grabbing another sign from the Dollar Tree and using it as a guide to separate my sign into sections. Now I'm just filling in all the lines with a gray acrylic paint by Americana. To make it easier on myself, I grabbed a piece of paper and just folded it in 3. That way it's just easier to go down the line and make sure my lines are nice and straight. To lighten up those gray lines, I'm using some white acrylic paint and I'm almost dry brushing it on, and then I'm just using paper towel to kind of wipe off the excess, and then more gray, more white, whatever I felt like, until my lines made it look like all my wooden pieces kind of had shadow versus having those bold gray lines. The thankful sign that I'm using came in a set of 3 metal words from the Dollar Tree, and all I'm doing is grabbing some acrylic black paint and I'm dabbing on, kind of like when you're stenciling. I'm just dabbing the black paint on, and it took 2 layers to cover everything because it is a piece of metal. To completely seal that black paint, I am using some Mod Podge, and I felt like this really worked, and I was really happy with the end results. So the florals I am using are actually these little bundles from the Dollar Tree. Can you guys believe it? I remember being on a serious hunt last year to find these, and if anyone sees them this year, please let me know, because I will definitely be getting more. And so I just grabbed them, folded those ends a little bit in so they're not sticking out, because I really wanted to interlock kind of the florals. That way, see how they're both kind of just facing each other, making this huge floral, and those sides, the sides look like they're just kind of flowing down, and I feel like that floral on top just made the whole sign absolutely stunning. To give my sign a little bit of a character, I decided to grab this antique gold paint marker from the Dollar Tree, and I'm making little stitches throughout the edge of the sign. To attach the thankful sign to the board, I'm using some crazy glue instead of the hot glue gun, because I thought the hot glue gun is just too thick and it would definitely show through this thin, delicate sign. For the fall, sweet fall sign, we are going to be using a pizza pan. So I grabbed the pizza pan and gave it about 3 coats of this chalked Rust-Oleum white paint in linen white, and then let it sit and dry completely. Then I'm grabbing these window clings that I got at the Dollar Tree, and what I'm going to do is decoupage basically that wreath and everything inside the wreath, the wording, everything onto my tray and let it completely dry. Before you set the tray aside for the Mod Podge to dry, make sure there are no bubbles on your tray, just because we are dealing with plastic over paint, and if you leave the bubbles, they might show in the end result. Now I'm grabbing some of these fall berries from the Dollar Tree, taking them from the stem, and here I'm just cutting off the extra branches that go to the side on these little berry stems, and those I will be using to fill in gaps here and there as I'm going around my little sign. Now I'm just hot gluing my branches all around the sign. The nice thing about these berries is they covered any imperfections that were left around the sign, because the sign is not completely circular. It kind of goes around the leaves. So this kind of helped camouflage all of that, and I think in the end it looked so beautiful. To hang my wall hanging, I'm just going to grab a piece of jute cord and attach it in the back. In order for my berries not to get hurt, I just put my tray on top of two same size bottles, and my tray stayed even as I was hot gluing the little jute cord to the back. For the decorative bow, I will be using a 2-inch burlap ribbon along with a 5/8 inch grosgrain orange ribbon, and I will be making a sailor bow, or what I like to call a simple bow, with each one of the ribbons. A sailor bow is basically a bow that has a loop on each side and tails. After I'm done making my burlap bow, I'm just grabbing my orange bow and placing it on top of the burlap bow. Then I'm just bringing them together with a little jute cord, tying them really nice and tight, and I'm all done. To complete the look of the bow, I'm just grabbing some scissors, folding all the bow endings in half and making little ducktails. Then I'm just hot gluing my bow to the bottom of my sign. To make the sign, I'm going to use this beach vibes only sign that I had left over from the summer, and the first thing I did was remove that hanging jute cord, and of course had to cover the little holes with some spackle. Then I'm just grabbing some chalk paint by Rust-Oleum and giving my sign about 3 coats of this white paint, and then putting it aside to dry. Now it's time to get our truck. This truck from the Dollar Tree is so adorable, but it does not have tires per se outlined. So I'm just grabbing a pencil and outlining to the best of my ability where my black paint is going to go for the tires. To paint the body of the truck, I'm using a chalk paint by Folk Art called Grotto. I realized that the truck has a little hole right there to hang it, and since I didn't want that to be there, I just grabbed some spackle and just filled that little hole in. When the spackle dried, I grabbed some of that Grotto paint and just painted over the area. Next, I'm grabbing some orange acrylic paint and painting the little pumpkins orange. Now I'm just grabbing some brown and painting the truck bed in brown. And then I'm grabbing black and painting all the tires black. Next, it's time to get our silver, and I'm not sure what those things are called, but in the middle of the tires, along with those things that go over the tires, I'm painting those in a silver shade. That way it's metallic and it looks more natural. Now I'm grabbing this felt garland, and I'm going to take out 2 orange flags. I'm measuring my flags to be 1.5 inches long, marking the flag and then cutting it out. Now I'm taking these black Dollar Tree letters and I'm going to spell out fall on my flags. And yes, I do realize that stickers do not really stick well to felt, but that's what we have Mod Podge for. What I did was I put the sticker on and really kind of made sure to press down to make sure it kind of stayed there. Then I'm grabbing some Mod Podge and I'm dabbing the Mod Podge onto my little flags. And what I would do is just let one layer dry. Then I would come back and then do another layer of Mod Podge. And I did this 3 times just to make sure those letters are nice and secure. Using a black marker, I did some stitching along the sign. Then I grabbed my glue gun and attached my truck to the bottom right side of my sign. Then this part did not get recorded. I grabbed some jute cord and kind of swayed it on the top left side of my sign and hot glued the edges to the back of the sign. Then grabbing my orange fall flags, I just hot glued them right on top of the jute cord and just made it look like it's a little banner hanging on the side.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, let me know down below which sign was your favorite. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and Shoshana's channel. And don't forget to click on that playlist so you can see all these other creators and what they have done for this challenge. This is going to be a fun one. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.